The former Scotland rugby union captain Stuart Hogg has been given a 5-year non-harassment order and fined after breaching bail conditions. Sentencing for abusing his estranged wife over the course of 5 years has been deferred until January the 9th. At Jedburgh Sheriff Court, Sheriff Peter Patterson imposed the order, which prevents Hogg having any contact with his estranged wife for 5 years. Hogg previously admitted shouting and swearing and acting in an abusive manner towards his ex-wife.
Former Scotland rugby union captain Stuart Hogg has been sentenced today for breaching his bail conditions. That involves a £600 fine as well as a non-harassment order for 5 years, which means he cannot contact his estranged wife Gillian. The judge said if he does contact her, then he faces the very real prospect of a custodial sentence. We also now know that his sentencing for domestic abuse, for which he pleaded guilty to last month, has been deferred to the 9th of January. That is to allow the court to consider how to arrange him going on a domestic abuse rehabilitation program, given the fact he now plays for Montpellier and he lives in France. And attending court, Stuart Hogg was flanked by both of his parents, and he really is one of the stars of Scottish rugby over the last decade or so. He was a centurion, amassing 100 caps, and also at one point held their record for tries scored. And in court we heard about how he had frequently contacted Gillian, breaching bail conditions, and some texts were read out in which he wrote to her, "Ridiculous, who's looking after the kids?" And he also wrote to her, "Happy divorce, I'll never forgive you for that." Those texts he sent in June. We also heard some mitigation from the defence. They said that he had gone on a rehabilitation programme for alcohol issues, and they also spoke about how his mental health issues impacted some of his decision making. They say they're at pains to point out that he had now considered his actions and that he had made changes and he had accepted the support that he needed to put him on a better path. And just coming back to the specific domestic abuse offences which he pleaded guilty to last month, they are a range of incidents in a number of locations that took place from 2019 up until this year in a number of locations, including Hoyk in the Scottish borders, as well as Bearsden in Glasgow and Exeter. And those incidents involve him tracking his wife's phone and her whereabouts, as well as turning up at some of her addresses, breaching bail conditions and acting in a threatening manner, to the point where she said that she often felt scared of him, particularly when he had drunk alcohol. We now know that he has been sentenced for breaching his bail conditions, while his sentencing for domestic abuse will take place early next year.